This is the last lecture in chapter 17, which is Society, Laws and Ethics. Okay, in this lecture we are going to cover technology and society, UH and gender issues. Okay, these are included in the syllabus. First of all, what is ICT? Let's talk about what is ICT. ICT is a short form, and the full form is Information and Communication Technologies. Okay, it is a general purpose technology whose values and impact arise primarily from their use in economics and social sections. Okay, and it refers to all communication technologies including internet, mobile phones, computer software, social networking, etc. Okay, um, ICT kan tihi tunlay aron large auto in kasya information communication technology ti nani tunlay ti am na changkang technology mga communication te tunlay technology tunlay ti am na mga til design le til changkang tak tak engkim kha ICT hian a huam vekani ti kha sheta il a chawme chungjing a chuan internet mobile phone computer software social networking heng song song hi atelani. I hope it's clear. This is the definition given by your textbook. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Let's talk about the importance of ICT for economic and social development. ICT have many important importance or many impacts in social and economic development. Some of them are listed here. The first one is ICT enable greater efficiency in economic and social purposes, okay, or social processes. Greater efficiency means when you are using computer or technology in our daily life, let us say in our workplace, etc., are the process become easier and make more efficient. So ICT enable greater efficiency. And the next one is ICT enhance the effectiveness of cooperation between different stakeholders. Because of ICT, communication is easier. Communication become much more easier, and we can communicate with each other. For example, if you are having a store or some departmental store, you can talk to the supplier in other cities like Guwahati, Kolkata, etc. through ICT. Therefore, ICT enhance the effectiveness of cooperation. All right, and the third reason is ICT increase the volume and range of information available to people, business, and government. Yes, this is true, especially in social networking. Information is generated every day, okay, every day, on time, anywhere, because whenever people encounter something, they will post it in social networking, which can be read by many people. And if they are selling something, they can post it in Facebook or something, so the customers are the the because of this ICT, the volume and the range of information is very wide and very large. Okay, these are only three benefits or only three importance of ICT for social and economic development mentioned in your textbook. There will be many other importance. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's talk about the only economic benefits of ICT. The first one is secure transaction. Because of ICT, fund transfer is very easy now, and it is within a matter of seconds, especially in mobile phones through payment systems like Beam or Google Pay or something like that. Information or financial transaction become very easy. You can transfer funds from your place to other parts of the world with um, within a few seconds without any problem. Okay, before ICT is implemented, we have to go to the bank or we have to go to the Western Union money to transfer funds. But nowadays, it is the transfer process, the fund transfer process become easier, and it is also more secure. All right. And the next one is ease and availability. The use of internet bankings, cards, online payments of bills, etc. make transaction easier and can be carried out anytime. Okay, so nowadays, in order to pay bills, we don't have to go to the bill counter and to join the queue, something like that. We can pay it from our home at the comfort of our home. Even it is not office hour, during night time, we can pay fees. Okay, this make it life become much easier, and it is available 24 hours in a day, right? And the next reason is global market. With ICT, now the market is the entire globe, right? If you are having very good things to be sold through the internet, you can have customers around the globe. Especially this is true for companies in China. They used to receive order from different country, so they send it, or they ship it to the courier agency. So their market is global because of ICT. So ICT hian thil tam takaron ti changkanga kan nuna tinuama nakina phe chuan tun ain alnuam le zual do na a himzok boka poisa transfer te po olsam te na ti zong te ya school fee te po online a pek the ten om to school changkang tam taka chuan chutiang zelin bill tui bill electric bill engkim kha olsamte in office ava in line ava pek ngai to lawin tuna chuan ati thei to ani chuan internet a thil vazuar ta ila kan rin pa te pon an ron tu a an ron order thei ani chu wang chuan khovel khoi mun changpon le thei din mun khan a om to ani there, all these are because of ICT. Heng song hi ICT wang vek ani ti kha kan triat a tha ome. Alright, let's change our focus to e-waste. Okay, electronic waste. Electronic waste is defined as discarded computer, office electronic equipment, entertainment device, mobile phones, television, refrigerator, etc. Any electronics equipments or devices. So e-waste, this e-waste uh, include used electronics which are destined for reuse, resale, salvage, recycle, or disposal. Here I have taken one photograph from Google. This is the discarded phones. Okay, there are the bad phones which are discarded. There are some electronics equipment inside, so they cannot be used anymore. So US. When you say US, it includes any electronics equipment that are no longer used. Okay, US kan ti hian electronics still eng po kan man to lo kan pai ho kha soina ani maya hei hi ram changkang especially China te hian an na sa ma an pai na sa ani kan rama po US hi nakina chuan tun aya boy pingai zo ka ala om hun atleng mai thei bok ani US kan ti hian electronics engkim television po mobile phone po computer chia song kha US ani ti kha kan hriat a tha ome AMC in bol ho pai a ron ti apo khan US kha ashana pai tur ani ti kha ron ti tel ani. Now let's go to the characteristics of e-waste. The characteristics of e-waste include it is the fastest growing segment of waste. Okay, um, the most valuable it is the most valuable due to its basic component. It is valuable because the e-waste used to contain some metals or costly metals like gold, aluminum, etc. Okay, even platinum also, and some of the e-waste are hazardous or dangerous because they may include poisonous substance like mercury, etc. So phosphorus, etc. So e-waste should be handled carefully. These are the three characteristics. It is the fastest growing segment, and it is valuable, and it is also hazardous. All right. Now, the different composition of US. The composition of US can be electrical or electronic equipment that may be metallic or non-metallic, alloy or compounds. Okay, as I told you, the different compounds may include copper, aluminum, gold, silver, palladium, platinum, nickel, tin, lead, iron, sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic, etc. Among these compounds, I hope you have known that arsenic, lead, phosphorus, sulfur, all these things are poisonous. Okay, these are dangerous. Okay, so it should be handled carefully. In Now let's talk about US management. Uh, the first step in US management is dismantling. Dismantling means removal of dangerous or variable substance from the components or the parts. In computer components also, the motherboard is coated with some gold, and the CPU is also coated with some gold. So they used to extract some gold from its component, or they used to remove some gold. For monitors, especially CRT monitors, there are phosphorus chemicals, so which should be handled carefully, otherwise it may be poisonous. And the next thing is segregation. The separation of ferrous matter, non-ferrous matter, and plastic using shredder process. The separation process is known as shredder, okay, shredder process. And the next one is refurbishment. Many US parts or component can be reused or refurbished. There in When you throw away your computer or PC, there may be some parts which are still working properly. For example, the hard disk may not be damaged, which can be used for other purpose. The random access memory may not be damaged, which can be used for other purpose. So that is known as a refurbishment. And recycling or recovery. Various methods can be recycled using furnace, and non-furnace metals can be recycled using smelting plants. Okay, the metals, especially gold, etc., can be processed by furnace, and it can be extracted or recycled, and it can be used for creating ornaments, right, gold ornaments, etc. The next one is treatment and disposal. There may be some dangerous material which needs to be treated, and those can be treated using landfill or underground storage. And in order to treat those dangerous material, the persons or the workers have to be very, very careful. This is the different common US management techniques. Now let's talk about benefits of US recycling. It allows for recovery of variables and precious metals like copper, gold, zinc, etc. And it protects public health and water quality by filtering toxic substances such as lead, mercury, cadmium into water or atmosphere. As I already told you, if these e-waste are not handled properly, if it is thrown into some places, it may it may contaminate the water, or it may contaminate the environment or the atmosphere, which may be harmful for the human being. So it should be handled properly. And another one is recycling US domestically create jobs and new markets, and also save landfill space. So we should recycle as much as possible, because it will create jobs for the person who want to recycle, or the person who are working in the recycling plant, and also it may save landfill space to bury the poisonous materials or the electronic substances. All right. um I hope you understand about US. Now let's shift our focus to online identity theft. Online identity theft is the theft of personal information in order to commit some fraud. Okay? Some person may take your profile photos and use it as their own and commit some crime. Okay, that is identity theft. And another one is some person may hack your password and using that account they may do some criminal activities. That is identity theft. So this is very, very dangerous. Stealing an identity is very easy, and it happens mostly to unsuspecting victims. Okay, if the victim did not suspect, and stealing is very, very easy. Online identity theft is carried out through phishing, which we have already explained in the previous lecture, and through online purchase information, where you give out sensitive information such as credit card details, etc. Credit card details must be protected very carefully. This is one of uh, uh, the most common target by the hackers or the criminals. They used to capture credit card information so that they can use for some shopping. Okay, so identity theft should be handled carefully. And how can you protect identity theft? There are some steps that you can take. The first one is protect personal information. You should ensure that all your identification financial documents are saved, and you have to place in a secret place, not easily recoverable, or which can be easily seen by others. Okay, suppose if you simply put your password, etc., and save it into your phone. If you lost your phone, that information may be at the hand of the criminals. So you have to be very careful, right? You have to use unique IDs such as to protect your device and accounts. Whenever you set up some password, please try to follow a strong password. When you say strong password, the password should include capital letter and small letter, some numbers, and some special symbols like hash, at the red, or dollar sign, etc. Okay, those types of password are very, very difficult to guess and very difficult to break. So in order to protect from identity theft, one step is to use strong password, and another step is use biometric protection. Okay, you can use biometric protections like fingerprint, face recognition, voice, iris scan, etc. But you have to be very careful while using biometric uh, protection, because once the biometric data are um, let us say compromise, you cannot change it. You cannot change your fingerprint pattern, you cannot change your face pattern, so you should be very careful while using biometric protection. All right, I hope you understand. Let's go to the next one. In this slide we are going to talk about the gender issue in computer science. As per the study, there are more boys than girls taking computer science subject in India, which cause gender issue, gender inequality. Okay, some of the reasons behind this gender equality in computer science education is that many parents in India have ideas like boys are better in technical things, and girls are good at humanity and arts, and they encourage boys to take computer science, and they encourage girls to take humanities. This is one popular idea which is not true. Okay, girls can also be better in computer science. And another is there are more computer and mobile games designed only for boys, not targeting girls, which resulted in lack of interest for girls. Um, and another point is girls these days see less of role models in the field of computer science whom they can imitate. For example, if you think about the person who are successful in computer science, they are mostly boys. For example, the person who create Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg, who is a boy, something like that. So the person who create WhatsApp, the person who create Instagram, most of them are boys, and boys, because of them, boys are encouraged, and there are less number of girls taking computer science. Okay, so there must be more role model for girls. And girls are pressurized to choose career options which give them work-life balance in favor of family roles. Many parents have an idea that girls should be in family, so they should not choose computer science. And they may choose arts, which is a much more career easier career options for work-life balance. Okay, so because of these things, girls are lesser. Even in our class, there are more boys than girls. Okay, there is gender inequality and gender issues that can be solved by some specific measures. So, how to solve gender issues? There should be more initiative and program that encourage girls to take up computer science subject. Okay, and the film and TV censor board should ensure fair representation of female role models in computer science. And in practical rooms, girls should be encouraged more to work on the computer than on their own. This will boost their confidence level. These are the solutions given by your textbook, and there can be many more solutions. Now, let's talk about disability issues. Our college, our school, our education centers should be disable friendly. Okay, inclusive education must be promoted, and classrooms should be designed for disabled friendly. And different teaching aids or materials for disabled students like braille keyboard, braille monitor, braille printer, screen reader, etc. must be used whenever needed, right? And there should be a teacher who know what type of hardware, software, tools, etc. can be used for differently able students as per their specific needs. The government of India is taking care about the disability issues, and as per the rules, all this must be implemented by educational institutions. But many institutions did not care about disabled persons. So we should care about disabled person if we are in the position to care. Okay, and these are the topics which we can talk about in this lecture. Here I have prepared some quick quiz about what we have studied, and this is the first question. Another name for electronic waste is scrap, e-waste, waste electrical and electronic equipment, WEEE, and the correct answer is all of this, right? The full form of CFC, which is also among the one of the e-waste material, is chlorofluorocarbon, carbon fluorochlorine, chlorofluorochloride, chlorofluorocomponents. Among these, the correct answer is chlorofluorocarbons, CFC. If you open a fridge or refrigerator, CFC compound can be emitted in the atmosphere. CFC is the main component that causes ozone layer depletion. And the full form of PCB is printed circuit board, printer circuit board, pre-circuit board, and post-circuit board. Among these, the correct answer is printed circuit board. When we say PCB, we are referring to the motherboard and another electronic components. All right. And which one of the following crime is related to online identity theft? Credit card fraud, bank or finance fraud, phone or utilities fraud. I think all this is the correct answer. And a special version of Linux that is designed for the blind people or the blind students is known as Ubuntu Orca Cortana B Linux. The correct answer is B Linux. All right. That's all for this lecture. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me through any mediums like WhatsApp message or Facebook or YouTube comment, etc. Thank you.